Hello my friends and welcome back to The Witcher 3. In yesterday's video we did complete lifting the curse from Fikes Island, which was good and depressing all at the same time. And since then we've been running more errands for Keira. So the quest we're currently on is a favor for a friend, and I did run back to her house obviously. So we are ready to quick save and turn that in. Where did she go? Here she is. Hello, Keira.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
So, yeah, any word from the other sorceresses of the Lodge? I feel like I've asked that, but let's double check one more time.
Any news of your sisters from the Lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
We did, but it's always good to have a reminder because I'm very forgetful at times. But anyway, I have the substances you wanted.
Got those, substances you wanted?
Splendid. I can finally begin my study of double arboreal racination patterns. But first, I'll...
Brew yourself a mug of mulled wine? Saw what the wagon was carrying. Exquisite meats, expensive wines, Zerrikanian spices. Not a speck of magic. Care to tell me what you're up to?
I would rather show you, but you must wait a bit.
Sure. I'll wait.
Color me intrigued. Fine, I'll wait.
Then shoo, outside.
Gonna slip into something more comfortable?
Later. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, go on, out. You've been patient, thank you. It's almost ready.
Huh? If I wanted to see white mice, I'd just get drunk.
Note that I said almost. Now don't interrupt. Became then hateful.
What? What? Are you like Cinderella's fairy godmother? What happened to the third mouse?
Third mouse, what happened to it?
The spell has a 66.67% chance of success. I always use one more than I need, just in case.
So where did... Keira, can I explain what's going on here?
Know the fairy tale about Cinderella?
True story it's based on, too. A Zoogle cropped up in a palace pond and ate Princess Cinderella whole. Left behind one slipper, so...
I beg you, not another word about Zoogles. Now, to return to the fairy tale. I'd like to escape these ghastly swamps for one magical night. I don't need a fairy godmother, I'll cast the spells myself. But I could use a Prince Charming. It just so happens you're the only decent candidate in all Velen. So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
I'm a witcher, not a gigolo. I mean, I want dinner, but do we have to sleep with her to get it? So let's go with the second one.
I'm a witcher, not a gigolo.
Don't flatter yourself. I don't want to shag you in the bushes, but to share a pleasant evening. But if no, then no.
Okay, no, I'm fine with hanging out. That's okay. I really don't want to sleep with her. I don't. She's like a good friend. Let's just keep her in the friend zone, right?
Oh, all right. I'll do it.
I feel honored. Truly. Before we go, there's one more thing.
Gotta transform a pumpkin into a carriage?
No. I shall transform our rancid rags into something more glamorous. Don't wince. It'll only be an illusion, won't hurt a bit. And at dawn, everything will return to normal.
Sure, why not?
Why not? Might as well go all out.
Then hold on tight. Gavella Glan. So, what do you think? Neckline too modest?
It's just right.
Oh, I might also have changed your hair colour while I was at it. I've always fancied dark-haired men. Oh well, any port in a storm. Well, off we go. Dinner's waiting. Last one there does the dishes.
This is so
Faster.
weird. I would never have imagined this, like, ever, as, like, her thing that she needs. Ah. I don't want to do the dishes, even though it would only be fair because she cooked. Is this what the horse racing's gonna be like? Because if it is, it's not too bad. Get full stamina. Okay. Oh, look.
Hey there.
How lovely. Oh, now I want dinner.
Congratulations. You'd make an excellent jockey.
If only I were a foot shorter and 5 stone lighter.
Well, yes. But then I'd not have invited you here. Now do you see why I needed those substances?
Yeah, it was totally worth the trouble.
Beef and cinnamon and cloves, roasted capon with shallots. It was worth the trouble.
Shall I pour the white or the...
Dry red, but let it breathe a little first.
Well, well, never took you for a wine connoisseur.
Think witchers suck the marrow out of drowner bones and wash it down with puddle water?
More or less. Well, we've chatted long enough on empty stomachs. Let's dig in.
Must have cost you a small fortune. Sure you don't need me to pitch in?
Please, I manage. You know, a dozen eggs here, a cock or gander there. Besides, my finances are about to improve.
How is that?
How, if you don't mind my asking? I mean, you'd think the only work to be had in Velen would be in farming.
Very true. So, I've 2 options. I can either start cultivating turnips or leave. But that's not what I wish to discuss. Thank you once again, Geralt, for your help with the tower. You were fabulous.
Not the first curse I've lifted.
But among the most difficult, correct? What happened on that island? Why, I shiver at the thought. And the laboratory. I sincerely hope you burnt everything. The cages, the corpses, the papers.
Why do you care?
Why are you even interested?
Because I grasped the importance of the studies conducted there. In the wrong hands, the findings could do immense harm. I'm sorry. Such a gloomy subject to broach. I simply shouldn't have, not during our romantic dinner.
Romantic? Thought we came here as friends.
Friends. With benefits. So?
Yeah, I'm not really in the mood. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Sorry, just not in the mood.
Is it a headache? Or does the problem lie elsewhere in your anatomy? I knew we shouldn't have had that wine before dinner. Will you at least lie down and gaze at the stars with me?
Why not?
This is great.
Know what they call that constellation in Zerrikania?
Dragon something, I bet.
No, it has a different name. A bit indecent, actually. Lean closer and I'll whisper it in your ear. Egfain Nave.
Oh, Keira, when we were getting along so well.
Keira? Where? Put me to sleep with a spell. Means she's up to something. Fyke Isle. The tower.
Yeah. She did bring that up, didn't she? Quite a bit, actually. Favor for a friend is completed. Keira Metz is updated, so let's look at both of them. Oh. For the advancement of learning, let's track that one. We're not doing that quest game. Alright, a favor for a friend. It turned out those ingredients, while rare, had nothing to do with magic. They were simply delicacies, treats which Keira, accustomed to the finer things in life, pined for in her Velen exile. Grateful for Geralt's help, she invited him to an elegant supper, during which he dined with her on these refined delights under the light of the moon. Keira had hoped this pleasant evening would be capped off with a romantic finale. Not on this game playthrough. I just trying to keep it to a minimum, to keep my awkwardness to a minimum. But anyway, but Geralt did not share this desire, and so rather than indulge in the pleasures of the flesh, they lay back and admired the stars until, that is, Keira quite unexpectedly put Geralt to sleep with a spell. When he awoke, he was unsure exactly what the sorceress was playing at, but he suspected it had something to do with the Tower of Fyke Isle, and she had asked him many probing questions about it while they dined. Yes, I know I have a new quest, but first, Keira Metz. Okay. Okay, acquiring the fine ingredients. We went to dinner together. Sadly, an evening that started out so nicely ended quite unfortunately for the Witcher. She put him to sleep. Clearly, she wanted to hide something from him. So the quest I just received was for the advancement of learning. Nothing about the sorceresses should be taken at face value, their faces least of all. Those perfect, ever-youthful visages have as little to do with nature as Hierarch Helmfart has with charity. If anyone should have learned to think twice when dealing with them, it was Geralt. And yet, still he accepted Keira's dinner invitation. It was just dinner. It's not like he got taken advantage of completely. During what Geralt naively thought to be an innocent conversation between friends, Keira tricked him into revealing information about the mage Alexander's laboratory, and then, when he was least expecting it, sent him to sleep with a spell so he could not stop her from carrying out her nefarious plans. Oh, sorceresses. All right, well, we're going to work on this one because why not? Let's see, I'm going to go to Oriton and get the fast travel point, and we'll head back out to Fyke Isle, and I will meet you there once I have arrived, unless something else should interrupt this quest process.
A light. Top floor of the tower.
Yes, thank you, Geralt. As I very slowly get back to my microphone. So yeah, we are back here on Fyke Isle. Keira, what are you doing?
So, found what you were looking for?
Yes, thanks for asking. How are you feeling? Sleep well?
Well, you used me, but what's with the notes?
What do you want with those papers?
Why, I aim to use them to continue important work that a man's tragic death put on hold. Alexander was studying the Catriona plague. I'll use his notes to produce medication, perhaps a cure, or at least a vaccine.
Strictly humanitarian motivations, is that it?
No, strictly selfish ones. The mighty would pay willingly for such a remedy. Can you imagine how much? Take Radovid, for instance. Why, he might even consider forgetting my past associations with the Lodge.
Yeah, I don't think Radovid's ever gonna forget.
Radovid doesn't forget, and Radovid doesn't forgive, especially when it comes to sorceresses.
He'll make an exception for me. He'll have to. I have something he wants.
Please, you don't believe that.
Well, you believe Yennefer will stop treating you like a dog someday. Don't see me laughing. I'm going to see Radovid, tell him of this research, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's suicide.
This is suicide, Keira. You'll wind up tied to a stake, burned to bolster the morals of the masses while entertaining them.
Shut up for a moment and look at me. See this? Bedbugs, Geralt. Bloody bedbugs. I, Keira Metz, advisor to Foltest, a member of the Lodge of Sorceresses, have bedbugs. Think what you will, but I'll not stay in this bloody swamp one day more. Not one day. I shall cross the Pontar, and that means Radovid's men will find me sooner or later. Don't you understand? I don't have a choice. I will have to parley.
Yeah, she could go to Kaer Morhen. That's a better option than going to help the guy who wants to burn all sorceresses at the stake.
Got another option. Go to Kaer Morhen.
You believe I'd be safe there?
Long as you don't piss Lambert off, yes. Emir, Radovid, neither will be able to reach you. Find little in the way of luxury there, but we do have clean sheets.
It's a long way, well beyond the dividing line. But if I keep to the woods until I reach the Kestrel Mountains, I should pass through unnoticed. So be it. Seems I find it hard to refuse you, handsome. You've clearly a notion of what women want, how they think.
Yeah, before I go though, the notes. I think I'll take them.
Yeah, kinda. So before I go, I'll need you to hand me those notes.
All right, take them already. Farewell, Geralt. Or rather, see you soon.
I mean, could have ended worse, right? Friends with benefits. Apparently, I unlocked that achievement. No, I don't want to do Ladies of the Wood. So let's find that quest, which is now done. Here it is. Let's see. During what Geralt naively thought to be an innocent conversation of friends, Geralt caught Keira red-handed as she was leaving the tower with the results of Alexander's research on the Catriona plague. She was convinced these notes could be used to find a cure for this decimating disease. What's more, she hoped that the prospect of obtaining such a cure would convince King Radovid to let bygones be bygones. No? How? No. And host Keira at his court, I doubt Radovid would have proven so broad-minded. Luckily, Geralt convinced Keira to abandon these foolish hopes and give Oxenford a miss, seeking shelter at Kaer Morhen instead. Yeah, I mean, I like Keira. I don't want to, have Geralt sleep with her, but I like her. She's funny and quirky and definitely a sorceress, but, I like her. So it turned out Keira had played The Witcher. She was planning to use the notes as a bargaining chip while making a deal with Radovid. His plague research could be her ticket back to life without lights, ticks, and omnipresent filth. In the end, Geralt succeeded in squelching Kira's mad plan to bargain with a man whose favorite negotiating tools were red-hot pincers and burning pyres. I mean, yeah, he took out Philippa's eyes. He was not going to do anything more than burn her at the stake. I feel like that's a pretty solid thing that he would do. Anyway, Keira changed her destination from Oxenford to the decidedly safer confines of Kaer Morhen. All right, well, I think I would like to go back to Oriton and poke around there for a bit today. So that's where I'm going to head. I think what I will do with that village is like I've normally done. I'll explore and loot and talk to people and bring you back in as exciting things happen or quests start to get triggered, and we'll go from there. Well, we have an announcement. By the order of the commander of the Nilfgaardian Army Group Center Camp, the residents of Claywitch and Oriton are hereby ordered to report to the Wastrel Manor to perform labor for the Empire. Lists of designated residents and their assigned days of service have been given to the Eldermen. Those caught evading their duties shall be flogged. I mean, these guys don't mess around. Forced labor, and if you don't show up, we're gonna flog you. Well, I have finished exploring the little village of... what was it again? I just looked it up. Oriton, and they are not doing so well. Basically, the Nilfgaardians are occupying this little village, probably because it's so close to the water and easy to get to a bunch of different places, I would presume. So I could only loot inside the houses. I couldn't loot outside without getting shot at by like level 23 Nilfgaardians. So I only saw one quick little sign, no new quests unfortunately, but we do have a notice board to look at. So the first one is a nursery rhyme, which I just missed. I'm sure it's not the end of the world. The next one is Skibbler Neded. Skibbler for, I can't, pay in crops and victuals. Okay. Next one is Warning. Hark, went to Crow's Perch to do a spot of trading. Them bandits just spat on my mugs, and then shattered them all against the ground out of spite, and gave me a sound beating on a lark. Take counsel for my misfortune and stay damned far from that perch of miscreants. Samer. Well, they seem to like me, sort of. Okay, man needed. God's almighty, I can't stand another minute of it. Every last round has got a man save me. So if you're somewhat young and handy, able to plow a field and don't drink overly much, and most importantly of all, in need of a wife, then come see Alanda and we'll both find what we're looking for. Okay, I wouldn't have phrased it that way, but all right. So contract missing soldiers. Let it be known that the Imperial Army is in need of a man who knows the area, a hunter or a scout, for example, to help us find a missing patrol. It is possible the soldiers fell prey to a monster. If this suspicion is confirmed, anyone delivering the beast's head will be paid a reward. For the undersigned, address any and all questions to the same individual. Glory to the Emperor Milan Noran, commander of the division stationed in Oriton. And I ran into him, but he wouldn't talk to me. So warning, no one breathe a word about what happened on Fyke Island. Wag your tongue and you'll sorely regret it. Yeah. Let's see, undiscovered locations. I don't know why I look, it's not like I could tell. I think all of these down here maybe. And I still have all of these over here to do, but yeah. Okay, so contract missing soldiers. Oh, Alexander's notes. That's what I got from Keira. I wanted to look at that. So conclusions. One droplet from a colony of plague bacteria diluted in 100 quarts of pure water is sufficient to induce infection. In the absence of medical care, the illness terminates in death. In 93% of the cases, when medical care is provided, the illness terminates in death in 89% of cases. Individuals who survive develop complete immunity to the disease and never succumb to it again. There are two interesting directions in which further research can proceed. Firstly, increasing the time duration in which the bacteria colony remains active after dilution, currently less than 12 hours, would allow for its use as a weapon, one ideal for diversions or sabotage behind enemy lines. That's why Radovid would want this. And he wouldn't thank you, sweetie. He would have just burned you after taking your information. Second, the development of immunity in survivors suggests a vaccine may be possible. Undertaking either of these would require an enormous dedication of time and means, neither of which, sad to say, I possess at the moment. Yeah. So we have a new contract. Let's track that. And let's see. Oh, level 22. A Nilfgaardian patrol has gone missing near the village of Byways. Geralt took an interest in the manor for the local Nilfgaardian commander. Okay. Is he near? I think he's nearby. Should I go check in with him first? Yeah, let's do that. He's like right over here.
Sweet mother.
See if we can. They're all like Nilfgaardian speaking at me. It's very intimidating. Anyway, let's talk to Milan Noran.
What brings you here?
Well, I'm here about the contract, sir.
Saw your notice. Can anyone tell me about the monster?
I can. The patrol has been lost, somewhere along the south shore of Lake Windhammer. We must know why.
What makes this Witcher's work?
Some brickmakers live south of here. They call their village Byways. Almost empty now. Many have run away. They speak of a monster which kills. Redanians do not patrol there. That would be foolish. And robbers do not attack Imperials. That would be even more foolish. This leaves one option. A monster. You must learn what happened to this patrol. The Empire places great value on the lives of its soldiers. Do this, learn well what happened. The reward will be proper.
Okay, fine, I'll take care of it. I don't want to haggle. I just can't be asked.
Deal. I'll see what happened to your patrol, whether there really is a monster in Byways.
Good, good.
Okay, well, let's... It's a red quest. A red skull quest. Let's see, it's all the way down there. Wow. So clearly I need to kind of hang out up here where it's less dangerous, perhaps. Okay, well, let me look at my quest log to see what we can do next. All right, I did have a look through my quest log, and I've decided that we could probably work on this contract for Jenny of the Woods. We picked this up in Mid-Copse, and we talked to the alderman ages ago. And our next step was to talk to the witness, but the original text said that while in the area around the village of Mid-Copse, Geralt decided to look around and see if there wasn't anyone in need of a witcher. It just so happens that there was. On the local notice board hung an offer of a bounty for ridding the area of a monster called Jenny of the Woods. Geralt decided this was something he should look into. So I figure we will interrogate the witness today, maybe try tracking down the monster to see, depending upon how long that takes. But I kind of have an idea what I want to do after that, but I think that's going to be till tomorrow. So let's see. It looks like Agneta.
Wraith that haunts the village. Heard you can tell me about it.
Oh, I saw her. Saw Jenny of the Woods with mine own eyes. Like I sees you now, Witcher.
What did she look like? In detail, please try.
Truth be told, I didn't see her too clearly. It were growing dimpsy, and this pale shape loomed afore me, mist-like. I comes closer, and the cloud thickened, and something like a visage came out of the mist.
What did you do?
What do you think, me love? That I'd wait to see the wraith in full glory? Ran to the village to tell folk what I'd seen.
I see. So she appeared to you just after twilight? Important clue, thanks. You take care now.
So now we need to go search the nearby fields using our Witcher senses, which is, I think, right around the corner, right? Yeah, let's go back this way.
When I grew up...
And, well, maybe we can run through here quickly.
Oh, it's drizzling.
It's only 60 feet, supposedly. Okay. Here's the field. I like how it's like, I saw it clear as I see you now. Well, I didn't actually see it that well.
A woman came through here. Barefoot.
Of course it's gonna rain. Oh, I love the rain. Oh, here we go.
A piece of fabric. Possibly from a dress. Got snagged on the undergrowth. Stride indicates she was running. Probably why she tore her dress. Somebody chase her.
Probably. Maybe Jenny of the Woods. Are there monsters right here, or... Okay, I think they're farther enough away where they're not going to attack me. Oh wait, here's a big splotch of something.
Couldn't outrun her pursuer. He stabbed her or slit her throat. Strange. Left the knife behind. Dried blood on it. Could come in handy. Drag the body through here. Clear trail.
Doesn't seem like a monster. An assassin's knife. No? There we go.
Lugged the body all the way to the woods. Buried it here. Shallow grave. Murderer must have been pressed for time.
Oh.
Something sticking out. A letter?
I get it. The murdered woman is the monster now. Awesome. Alright, well, let's read this letter. Even though I told him I don't want to know him, I know you're not afraid of Bokhai, but I am. He says he loves me, but it's not the kind of love I have with you. It's a fierce, frightening kind. Bokhai won't leave us alone ever. We have to run. Leave your reply in the usual spot. Yours, Zula. Oh no.
The scorned lover killed the woman, seems to me. A night wraith. Alderman probably knew the girl. I gotta ask him.
Well, we're gonna do that, but we're gonna do that tomorrow because we're at level 10. Yay! Someplace I wanted to get because you guys have been great about telling me when to go get gear, and I really appreciate that. So, tomorrow we will go talk to the Alderman. We'll look at this new entry update. I may or may not have new gear. It depends on how expensive it is. But yeah, that's kind of my plans. I'm not sure if I was clear. But anyway, as always, thank you so very much for watching. Please do keep yourselves safe, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Witcher 3 video.
That's all.